That's what he did. He got him removed.
Oh, look who else is fucking here all of a sudden
Harry Bacon.
with his fucked up hairline.
It's fucked up. You know it's not in his
Really
gene.
aggressive today.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh damn.
All these
What's up?
motherfuckers want to come back from not being here. Fuck,
You need a hug or something?
fuck all y'all.
Chase, she needs a hug, Chase.
Fuck.
Give her a
I
good
don't,
I'm
hug.
I
not
don't need
hugging
no
her.
fucking hug. I
Hey,
already hit
hey.
his ass too.
When you talk shit about other people's hairline, just know that mine is dog shit too. Okay?
Your hairline better than his hairline.
I hope so. I do.
Might want to pass me your SMG before we go in.
Hold on.
Sound check, sound check.
Do we have any eyes on suspect?
I'm on top of the. I have eyes there outside there.
Have they already shot at you?
We're 10 foot.
Well, they
That,
cannot
that's
be
me.
on
That's me.
fucking
That's me.
roof.
All right. So did everybody see that? Yo.
Yo.
Okay. So what could you have done differently?
So repeat that.
So what could you have done differently in that situation?
1023.
There you go.
And let them know what direction I'm coming from.
There you go. That's very good. So the one thing is that I think Bob Martin, Cadet Bob Martin, was in the car with you, right? When you guys were leaving Pillbox, once you finally got to your car, he
Yeah.
did say that he was 1097. So from there, y'all went to the clothing store or passed by the clothing store, turned around. There's no comms given that you guys arrived 1023 on scene.
Then we're hit the motor of fire.
OG, can you yell at our EMS to leave the fucking scene, bro?
Hey, EMS in the red. Make sure you all leave the scene, man. It's active 1013. I'm a what? No, we're not talking about you. We're talking about someone else. Got one.
Mine.
So I'll go back and just briefly talk about what happened on the scene. So OG was down. He was down by a fellow officer. EMS came and got him, brought him around the front of the house, provided him medical aid. OG went over next door, and then he put himself back in that scene. Does anybody see anything that was wrong in that situation?
Yeah, that last part.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
he wasn't supposed to put himself back in that scene.
And why shouldn't he have?
So
He just got picked up by EMS.
you go.
Regardless, that's also EMS shouldn't have picked him up right there on scene unless they had a bunch of people to pick up. They should have took him somewhere else and picked him up, and he should have left the scene.
There you go. We're through that whole body cam situation now. So the next thing I wanted to go through is the penal codes, or no, the gelling and ungelling procedures. So OG had a little situation where he sent off a fellow officer. Can you explain what happened, OG, in that situation?
So I was in, I don't think it was a normal cell room. I think it was an investigation room. And it was me and Gina and
Appreciate that.
Officer Miles. And she was standing behind me about like maybe a foot or two, which, we all would think that'd be enough space between, me, the criminal, and then her behind me would be fine. And I'm literally like within a foot of the criminal in front of me, and I went to set him off for 25 minutes, and with her even being 2 feet behind me, it still sent her instead of the criminal, and yeah, it was like a whole big deal after that because it gets pretty messy.
All right, so yeah, so what the jailing does is it sends off that person that's closest to you. So to make sure that that doesn't happen from here on out, don't send anybody else off from the investigation room. Bring them down back to the cells, get in the cell with them, and make sure no fellow officers are in the cell with you. Everybody else is on the outside.
Can I add to this whole jailing thing?
Yep, go ahead.
I've seen this happen almost every single time I've been on duty, which I know hasn't been a whole lot, and I apologize, but every time we're in the jail cells, a cop ends up going in the cell and getting their ass beat. Stay away from that. At that point, they should be complying and getting up to the door or getting up to the window to get jailed, because they've already, I mean, at that point, it's over, right? They should be giving up, and if they're not, that's a separate issue that can be dealt with otherwise, right? And if they're not, right, and you want to get done with the scene, you know, they're just being jackasses, that happens. Go in there, and if they're gonna come at you, tase them, cuff them, send them cuffed, and then deal with it afterwards, because it's a hell of a lot easier to deal with someone in prison than it is in those damn little ass cells.
If you send someone in cuffs, it uncuffs them automatically, so you don't have to worry about
perfect.
it.
There you
Oh,
go.
damn. All right, unjailing. Does anybody know how to unjail?
Nope.
No. All right, I didn't know that we could do it either. But
Question.
Yep.
That's allowed.
It is allowed. So in the situation, yeah, if someone gets sent off, like an officer that's was a little too close, or let's say there's two criminals or two suspects standing next to each other, and we send one off, and we didn't mean to send another one off, we actually have to physically go up to Bolingbrook, stand close to them, think of unjail, and then their city ID number. Okay, so if that ever happens again, we send a cop off. We need to go up there into the prison, stand next to them, think of unjailed, then their city number. All right.
So that should be it, just because a mistake was made.
Oh yeah. No other reasons.
Okay.
Like
I just want to make that clear.
Like, let's say someone possibly gets sent off for too much time, and then they make a fuss about it, then that's something else. It's situational base. But if it's somebody in that situation, just
that shouldn't be unjailed.
Yep.
That'll be a problem.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that we have logs to be able to check stuff like that, but we shouldn't be doing that. It should only be situation based, and then you should also make sure that you get the highest up available, the highest up officer on duty to do that. All right. What's the word, Brady?
I sent an email to Chief asking if we can get the jail just like the unjailed with the ID. We won't have this problem of closest person having to get into the door. If we can use their state ID to jail them, that'll make things a hell of a lot easier too.
That would be nice. I think it was set up like that before, but something weird, because I think you had to put in their ID and then their time. But next thing I want to talk about is the penal codes. Does everybody know where the penal codes are located? Well, if you go into the emails under police documents, you'll see the penal codes in there. I've heard officers from time to time talk about jail time, and they don't even try to look up the penal codes. The penal codes has the time and then also the fines associated into there. Now, if you want to work with them and give them a reduced time for all that, that's on your discretion, but that needs to be used as a baseline for sending somebody off for the amount of time and their fines. Okay? You can't just be thinking about time, and then the max amount of time that somebody's supposed to get sent off for is 120 months. All right. Next thing I want to talk about was chain of command. OG, let's say that you have somebody in the cells, right? And they're asking to speak to Chief Profane. What would you do?
I'd ready in for Profane if he's there.
No, you wouldn't.
Negative.
So we have a chain of command for a reason. You are an officer, right? If someone's asking for the chief of police, you will go to a corporal. If there's no corporal on duty, you will go to a sergeant.
Okay.
Okay? If somebody's requesting for a chief, do not just go straight to the chief. Just go up to the, who's ever above you as far as like rank. Okay? All right. Any issues or questions about that?
No, sir.
All right. And also, there was one night I think that you were on duty, with 2 other cadets. So whenever
Right.
if you're in the city, you're the highest up in the city. You're the highest up on duty. Okay. So you need to take that as a situation to be able to, give out proper commands because you are the highest up on duty. All right. So
Right.
just take control of that because I think I was in your eyes. Somebody was asking for a chief. You should have taken, that question or whatever that person asked. You should have, taken command of that. Question: when are cadets allowed to drive?
Never.
There you go.
Well, unless they're with an FTO and they're going over their driving training, right?
Yep, they have to be with at least another officer or someone that's certified as an FTO. If there's a
They
chief
should
on,
never be alone.
exactly should never be alone. They should never be driving on their own. So if Rich is in the city, he should, and he's in the city by himself. He should not be out here patrolling by himself. I'll make sure we'll get that written down and make sure everybody knows that. We also
Obviously, there's going to be some different situations, and you'll run into those where they're the only ones that are up, and you need a transport. They need to come pick you up. You will authorize them to drive for that period of time to just point A to point B, and that's it.
exactly. You said certain situations, but a cop will or someone will always
will
let that
approve
cadet
it.
know. Exactly. Uniforms. We do have uniforms now. We need to stick to those uniforms. Okay. So when we have cadets come in, just take them into the locker room, and then you can show them where in the emails where to get the numbers and everything from for their uniforms. All right.
You trying to talk shit about my outfit?
I didn't even say anything about your outfit, but I could
No, you look fly.
I can see both your
Right,
knees, and you're
right,
wearing
right.
jeans, and that's an issue. But
Amen.
yeah, we'll go ahead and go over your uniform later,
Don't got much, man.
but yeah, so we have uniforms. Strikes. Go ahead, Bacon.
Yeah, so I was going to say, at the end of the day, we're dealing with law and order. Like, we're trying to retain that within the city. It's not just law; it's also order. So just remember that. Like, you just don't want to. You want to induce chaos upon the city. So when you show up to a scene, you're going to try to tone it down, not ramp it up. I've seen people trying to gaslight, criminals and stuff like that to be even crazier than they already are. We don't need to be doing that.
All right.
The same color as my skin.
So at the request of Johnny Law, he wanted us to go over some 1068 training. I have another video that I wanted to pull up from somebody else that's in another city that'll help us a little bit. And yeah, just if you can pull my eyes back up.
And a hostage.
Okay, how many hostages do we have on scene here, brother?
We have one hostage. One hostage on scene.
And how many of you guys are in there?
Anybody take my charger from the freeway?
About 4.
50. 4.
Minus 13.
I need a number.
About?
Okay, look. 4 of us in here.
Minus 13.
There's 4 dudes. 4 dudes.
Okay, we have 4 hostage takers, robbers, and 1 hostage.
That's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so he was the first one that arrived on scene. He made contact with the robbers. First thing he asked is how many hostages and how many robbers were inside, and he was relaying that all over the radio. All right. So if you're the first officer on scene, OG, you are taking command of that until a higher up comes in and possibly takes that from you. But if you are the first one on scene, make contact, and then get how many hostages are inside and how many robbers are on scene. You got a question, T?
Oh no, my fault. It was accident.
Okay.
Oh, I do.
Go ahead, Bacon.
So it depends on how you want to do this for our procedural training. Usually the first person on scene is going to be the primary no matter what, unless they give it up or or it's delegated by a higher.
Is there a straw too?
Him asking how many people are inside is awesome, but also one of the first things you want to do is make sure that the hostages are okay. They got food, water. Make sure that their safety is okay. You have to have proof of life, all those things. So those are the main things when you show up. Is okay. You get on scene, you take cover, you make contact. You always want to make contact. Hey, this is Barry Bacon with the LSPD. Is everyone okay inside? What's going on? What's the situation? How many hostages? Are they okay? Do they need food? Do they need anything? Right? And then you're gonna ask the numbers of who's doing what, how many people are there. And then obviously you're going to relay all the information you get on the radio to everybody else. Just like you see in the video, he's on the radio actively letting everyone know that's going to be coming to scene. What's going on the inside? What does he see?
All right. And that kind of leads up to this next point, or to this next part that I'm going to show. So I'm going to pull that back up.
Officer, help.
Now listen, the money in there, it's just paper. What I want is the hostage safe and sound. Now what do I have to do to get the hostage from you guys as safe and sound?
All right, so yeah, that was leading to the point that Bacon just brought up about the safety of that hostage. That's the #1 priority that we have. The bank, or the money that's in these banks, they are insured by the FDIC, so we should not be worried about, you know, stopping these robbers and getting all that back for the bank. The #1 priority that we have on that scene is the safety of that hostage. Now, he did segue into, he wanted to make sure that, you know, the hostage was safe and sound, and what did the robbers need to be able to make sure that that would happen. So that's a way that he did to get their demands. All right. So you always want to make sure that you get their demands. Now, if they have one hostage on scene and they're giving out multiple demands and all this and that, if, like, let's say they have one hostage on scene and they say that they want safe passage, no spike strips, no Air 1, no motorbikes, no this, no that. How would we possibly go about handling that, Johnny?
You lie though.
Huh? Go ahead, Bacon.
You lie your ass off.
There you go.
Because at any point in time that you say that you're not going to meet those demands, right? There's a chance that they're going to kill that hostage. So sometimes you kind of negotiate with them and try to bring them down a little bit. But the moment they start to get a little more hostile, say, okay, you got it, whatever you want, right? But also stage that Air 1 outside of where they can't see it or hear it.
Great point.
Once you have the demands, right? Say they got 3 hostages and they ask for no Air 1, no spike strips, and free passage. Free passage, I'm going to tell you right now, is a given. That is a given. Anytime someone has a hostage, free passage is technically not, it's already a demand that's going to be met, period. Because that is the initial transfer. So just keep that in mind, but also...
Most definitely. Very good point. All right, so the next part that I'm going to bring up, someone's going to ask for additional more time, and then you will see how this gets played out, okay?
Very well.
I don't think he gets the heat.
Hey, 309, you can stall them. PP, we like to play a game that when they say they're ready to go, if you can keep them there as long as you want, we can time it and you win a prize. The current record's 7 minutes and 49 seconds.
Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay.
I'm listening.
Go ahead.
So one thing that is really, really small, it's a really small detail that you'll notice, is he started speaking quieter when he was talking on the radio so that they didn't hear the radio communications. That is a key point of being on top of it and having an advantage of our tactics. Whenever you're discussing any tactics on the radio, make sure that you're talking quietly so they don't hear you. It's a small, small detail, but it'll go a long ways.
Hey!
And I have faith in you, PP. I know you won't let me down.
Hostage takers.
Yeah.
Listen to me very carefully, okay?
I'm listening.
Okay. Listen, we must make sure that the location is ready to give you guys your safe passage. We have to clear a couple blockades, and there's a bunch of trucks blocking the road and a bunch of weird bikers. It's gonna take a little bit of time, a couple minutes.
Oh God.
Really?
Otherwise, we can't tell you we're gonna give you safe passage because it's blocked out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, major.
All right, so y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So all the officers weren't available they weren't available to be on scene right then and there. And then one officer did relay over to him if he can, stall them until they got there on scene. And he did lie about, there's a bunch of car accidents and all this and that. The hostage takers or the bank robbers in that situation don't know that that's a lie. Okay. So if you have other officers that's on the scene, obviously it's a 1068. Everybody should try to be there, but you'll still have officers that might be down at MRPD handling suspects, trying to send them off. And if you need backup on that scene, try to stall those bank robbers for a little bit, okay? There's no issue with doing that. All right. I'm gonna go to the next scene where officers arrive on scene, or Air One arrives on scene, and just show you how he was able to to be able to provide additional time for them to get on scene.
There's a helicopter.
Okay, it looks like Air One just showed up.
Oh damn, I'm so special, man.
That's what they were waiting for.
Okay, so
Oh god.
the tow truck is out of the way, and medical is almost ready to go, and then we'll be ready to roll out.
Yo, not fucking Garcia, bro.
Are you guys done here or not?
Yeah, we're done.
Do you have all the money?
Oh shit, jewelry store is getting robbed too.
How do you know about that?
We got the dollar bills.
I got a radio scanner. I'm doing LSPN. I'm
She's a news reporter.
Unfortunate news reporter. News reporter. And I got robbed. I got done hostage, man.
Are we about ready or not?
I'm so scared, man.
Alright, we're all ready to go.
All right, so he provided an additional minute and 30 seconds for additional officers to arrive on scene, just by him saying what he did in that situation. Okay, so if you're primary and you're handling negotiations, you have officers that's trying to get there. Try to stall them out, let them know it's not safe to come out yet. Something's going on down the street, what have you, and then that'll provide your fellow officers enough time to be able to get on scene. Any questions or comments or anything about that?
I do.
Go ahead.
So, in the situation where you don't have officers on duty, or they're incapacitated and they can't make it to the scene, all right, and they're ready to go, and there's no way you're gonna stall. Backup's just simply not coming. You're the only one there. What are you gonna do? Oh, for their safety and ours and everything like that, what I would advise, it can be, I need to move around. One thing I would do is I would probably just stay with the hostage. It's unfortunate. Chalk up the L. Make sure to take note of what the fucking cars they're in. So maybe you can write a report. You can write a report so it's in there. Possibly get a bolo on the vehicle if you get the plate. But the hostage, like we said at the very beginning, the hostage is the #1 priority, is their safety. And yeah, take care of them, search them, do what you got to do, and sometimes you got to let them go.
All right, we're gonna get to is when the robbers are about to come out, and then you'll hear the primary officer give commands on who's doing what. All right.
Oh yeah, whenever you are.
What is your name, sir?
Pred, you still on the way?
Ranger Perkins.
Yeah, I'm here. I can
Perkins.
take hostage for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. No, Kyle, you are not. Perkins will take the hostage to the right when they're ready to leave.
Help me, Perkins.
Okay,
Help me.
listen.
Yeah, I got you.
We're not ready to go now. Wait, are we ready to go? Interceptor take primary, me and Max secondary. Perkins will take the hostage, and then we'll clear the scene. Ready?
We got a charger on scene as well.
Which way do I go? Which way do I go?
Which way do you want the hostage to go?
Alright,
Hostage to the right. The Perkins. This guy over here.
Perkins.
Ready to go?
Whenever you're ready to go, you go.
Ranger with
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
awesome hair.
All right, everybody. So the robbers were ready to go. No comms was given out of who was doing what. So the primary officer there that was on scene, he gave out who's doing what and what's going to be happening. Where the hostage was going to go to which officer, and he asked the officer for his name, and said that he was going to be that he would stay on scene, and everybody else would get in on that chase since there's one hostage there. All right. Any questions or comments about that?
That's actually perfect. So whoever the primary was, he wasn't the high-ranking one there, but he was the
Exactly.
primary officer on the scene. He makes the call-outs. Whatever he says goes. And now, if someone else suggests something else and he says no, you got to go by what the primary officer says. Now, if it goes awry and it doesn't go well, then maybe that's a conversation you guys have together. Have a meeting about it and say, hey, this is what I think we should have done. Obviously, it didn't work out the way you wanted to do it, right? But that's not a time to argue on the scene. You just go with what the primary says.
All right, that's all the video review that I have. As far as dealing with the 1068, obviously that turned into a 1080 afterwards because they chased the suspects down. But that's a totally different thing that we'll have Johnny go over training wise. So let's go ahead and circle around. Everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a situation. It's a 1068, right? OG, you're the first one on scene. We haven't arrived here yet. All right. I want to hear you go up to that door and make contact and get demands.
I'm gonna let you know now that door you cannot hear through it. So
Well, yeah, you just go ahead and peek through the door.
Okay.
Open the
All
door
right.
up. 10-4.
how many hostages you got, son? Hello, can you hear me?
You have to open the door a little. There you go.
We need to get
HQC
it so
training,
they
never
can
thought I
hear
would see that
through the
one.
door.
See the day. XQC actually did a great job on that scene. 10-9 that?
appears to be okay. He has a hostage.
Okay. He has how many?
Round 5 has arrived on scene.
057 1023.
Suspect has a hostage. He told me to walk out. I requested anything that he would need to get the hostage, and he's not complying.
He didn't give you any demands at all?
Negative. Just besides for me to walk out.
All right. So how else? So how would you go about handling this then? Did he seem a little agitated?
Oh, very, very agitated.
So what I would do is I will go about putting the gun away, walking in with your hands up, and try to let him. Hold on, who the hell is shooting?
Wait, what?
Damn, that's crazy.
Was that you shooting?
That was just me shooting. Yep.
Oh well,
I would have shot her. I would have shot him. That's why I fired 2 shots.
All right.
Okay. So,
yeah, what the fuck?
yeah, there's a back door.
There's a back door. We didn't have the back door covered.
So, I'll talk to everyone here. Hold on, give me a sec. Come here.
Yeah, everybody, we can pull up now. Teddy.
Okay. So this is obviously a learning exercise. That's why I did what I did, right? So there was a couple things right off the bat. Did you identify what kind of gun I had?
No, I did not.
Okay, so the moment you identify what kind of gun I have, you should probably match that. Another thing is make sure to cover all entrances and exits. While I told you to get the hell out, right? You lost vision of the hostage and myself completely.
We could have one of the units that's on patrol just park there, or that's not going to be on patrol. My bad. That's going to join on that 1080. Park right across from there.
I usually have someone park right there and then have them just right outside the door, just against the wall, right? So that way, if someone pushes that door, you're right there. You point a gun at them and say, "What are you doing?" Right? And that might turn into a fucking shitty situation, but the moment they shoot, then it becomes really ugly. Usually they won't do that right away, right? Because they want to get out of there safe and clean, and they know that if they do that, it's not going to end well for them because we got a lot of cops here, right?
Johnny's going to go and start it up. It's a 1068. We haven't arrived on scene yet, okay?
Round 5 is 1097 to the latest 1068. Arrived on scene 1021.
All right. I'm 1097 057.
Same traffic.
He's got a melee weapon.
I'm chill. I'm mellow. I'm drinking Wheelo. You know me, dude.
10-4. 057 1023 on scene.
1023, 444, 1023.
I think Johnny's inside right quick, but let's get a unit to covering that back door.
And 4 on the back door.
All right, Johnny. Someone's covering that back door. Yeah, we have somebody over there.
Hey, he says his main business.
He has a melee weapon though?
He's got a freaking baton. A freaking baton. Okay.
How close is he to that hostage?
He's right on top of him.
Do you think we could possibly move in and take him down?
Maybe if somebody comes in from the back, yeah.
Okay. How many people do you see up front?
I only see one person.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and try to coordinate that and move in like that, and just
But
let
let me
us
see
know
if I
how
can keep
to
them
move.
distracted. You go in. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'm gonna try to keep them distracted. You guys move in from the back.
10-4.
You heard me, OG? Go ahead and get your taser out. Or no, you keep your lethal out. Okay.
Oh, he's got a class 1 now. He's got a class.
All right. Never mind. He has a pistol out. What is the demand?
He just wants to no air 1 and free passage.
Do you think we
Who's
can breach
staying
it?
back and no. Just gonna let him go. I'm gonna stay back and watch the hostage. You guys get up on this pursuit, okay?
All right, 10-4. Yeah, I think we have some more officers on duty that we're still waiting on. Try to stall them a little bit. Did you get how much time did they need?
They're ready to go.
All right.
Ready to go. He's going. He's going. Van. He's getting in the minivan. Clear the bank.
I'm gonna take primary on this. OG, take secondary with me.
Bank is clear. I don't hear no call-outs. Where y'all at?
Secondary.
Left on
Secondary.
North Archer Avenue. Made a left on, I don't know what road this is, went down an alleyway. Still Spanish Avenue.
Block him in. Block him in.
Parking garage. He's going down an alleyway.
That was a good block. I didn't even see this.
622. He's heading San Vitus Boulevard. Made a right on 8 Milton Parkway.
Postal code.
632. Made a left at the Mount Zona Medical Center on Cracer Way. Postal code 629. Headed down Dorset Drive.
I'm on you guys. Yep.
He made a right onto. Oh, he's jumping off the top of the
Jump
bridge on
onto the
8 Milton
highway.
Parkway. 50.
He's going into the
He's
ground. He's
down
going
to 10
underground.
series.
He's 1050. He's upside down. He's up.
I'm attached.
I'm stuck.
That's pretty.
Oh, I'm actually stuck.
Yep.
Can't get out.
Oh, he's out now. Anybody got eyes on him?
He's running down
to the
still.
left.
He's running down still. Around the corner to the left.
All right. I'm gonna try to get above him or in front of him. Got eyes on him?
We're behind the lumber. Between the two.
Ah!
Behind you, right there.
Hands!
Hands
Okay.
up. Good job.
Okay.
But OG, that was so when we got him down in that first alley, that was the W way to like block that entrance or that exit.
Yeah.
I didn't see that other exit going out, so if I would have blocked that, then we
actually
would have
knew
had him
that
pinned
exit
in.
was there. I baited you into doing that.
Yeah.
That was good though. That was good.
Yeah, it was
After
good.
that first initial part where we had to stop, I think that was really good. Johnny did really well up front.
Johnny's a W cup. If you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you. if you are Rural Gaines, or if you are in Rural Gaines, please put your city name down in there, especially if you're a police officer, so I know that you made it all the way through. I'm gonna have more training videos like this put together, clipped up, here in the future of any other trainings that we do have. I'm gonna make sure I get these out as quick as possible. It's 2 a.m. While I'm recording this and just got done with this video. I appreciate everybody that's been coming through, watching the videos. You can hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it.